All right. Yep, we're back. And we're about to do this. And yeah, no, I'm not going to add that. I'm not going to do it, guys, cuz if I add hash, we might go down too many rabbit holes. And I'm just trying to stay it above waters. Is this thing going down? I feel like this thing is hold on. It's fucking You know why? It's the microphone stand and I got to buy a new one, okay? Deal with it. There we go. All right. Let's do this. Oh, man. I don't have a lighter. Oh, it's over there. Hold on. Okay. Get it? You got your bowl. If you're going to toke, let's do this. If not, enjoy the show. Blowing O's. So, if you didn't catch it, I did a live yesterday on the Instagram. RJ Martins, right? Letter R, Jay Martins. Yo, follow me on that shit. I will post a lot cooler shit. A lot more controversial shit as time goes by, because basically as reality shifts, I can get more controversial on this shit. That's how it works, man. So, that being said, this is Grape Goddess in a really wonderful, clean bong. It's quite nice. However, it's not really cured perfectly. I'm just a stickler on that curing process, and to get someone or cannabis that's been cured correctly is like finding. I mean, I guess you could say a needle in a haystack, but that's a little bit tough. It's like, I don't know, 2 out of every 10 times that I find or get cannabis, right? It's all about the cure, because what's happening once you pick the plant, you want to pick the plant at right peakness, and that's what the trichomes will tell you. That's what the plant will tell you, based on its health, based on, they say it's supposed to be milky, right? It's supposed to be milky, the trichomes. So, and that is preference, and that's going to change the effect. It's going to change the feel. It's going to change the smoke. It's going to change the density. It's going to change the electromagnetism, right? Which is the vibration that the plant emits. What is the vibration? It's electromagnetism. Electromagnetism, vibration, force, and light. They sort of all play on each other, right? And that's why the moon is so interesting, because it just sits there flat, and it shows its face. It has this funny looking face on it. I don't know if any of y'all see it. I see it. It looks like a little munchkin kind of guy with like a scrunchy face. He's got like 2 eyes that are kind of like angled, and he's like, hold on, I'll make the face, and then it's like, I'm the moon. Hold on. I'm the moon. Look at me. Don't pay attention, but pay attention to me on the moon. That's what I picture the moon sounds like, by the way. And it just, it faces the same. There's the dark side of the moon, right? Like, they wrote a whole album on it. The album flows into each other, right? It's like the only album if any of y'all know, I mean, I'm sure there are some of you out there. Some of you, all of you out there. I'm not some sort of a music, collector, whatever, historian. I love all music, so if you know of any other CDs that acted like The Dark Side of the Moon, which was just every song flowed and played into each other, let me know, because I think that's an interesting analogy that they set forth with the album, because it's not really one track. It's a whole, so it's a whole thing. So what they're saying is the dark side of the moon is the light side of the moon. It's a beginning to end beginning. There is no beginning, there is no end. The moon, I don't know. Some people, I always say some people. What people? What people, RJ? You're looking around. Is it those people? He's a racist. He said those people. I heard it. I just mean there's a group, that's all. Just there's a group who believe or, have the idea that the moon is possibly like a siphoning spirit, a spirit siphoning machine. Now that's weird, right? Because then you're like, I was told. Now I'm sharing with you guys. You could do whatever you want. Listen. Don't take my advice. Don't even take what I say as truth or belief or whatever. Literally, the tagline of this fucking podcast is question everything. So I want you to question what RJ is even talking about. Alright? I don't want you to believe anything. That being said, I was told to not go into the light when shit goes down. And then I'm like, oh, damn. Because then they told you to go into the light. And then, or at least that's what I heard. Or maybe that's what they've said on the TV shows. On the TVs and the movies. Well, that's what I mean, the black box, man. We gotta be careful. Gotta be careful about what we look at, what we, we expose ourselves to. My bad, I know I say I know, a lot. A few people have already told me that. I get it. I used to say UM a lot. I don't even want to say it. Because I feel as though I've gotten past that part in my life. Although, going slow and consciously thinking about words as they're coming out helps a lot. Most of us, me including, most of the time, we'll just splurt back. Words. So, talking about how weird the moon is. And what trips me out is, again, it's like it looks at you with that funny face, and it's like mocking you, and it doesn't rotate, right? And then apparently, here's the reason why it doesn't rotate, because it's locked into the gravitational field of the Earth. It's the same. It's perfectly. That's what the reflection of the sun and the moon face is equal to, is the connection upon which, no, it's literally, they say they wouldn't have a dark side of it. You can't be locked in with the gravitational field and also have a dark side of the moon. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like the truth is told to us, but then there's lies and deception within, because you can't, karmatic universal laws. I mean, energy has a play in it. I think that's why the change within the last, since the shift or whatever. But I think there's the threshold. Damn, what was I even talking about? Right, so when we think about rotation, right? We think about it rotating. We think that it supposedly it's locked up. It just doesn't add up. It's like it can't be. Oh yeah, so that's the way the scripted reality ends up feeding itself into sort of this matrix situation that's going on. It threads itself through truth, but fiction. So it's like you can tell somebody the truth to their face, and then they'll agree with it, but don't even understand the perception that they've even said, right? That's pretty fucked up, I know. But that's the world we live in, man. That's the illusion. Let's see what it says. So yeah, I mean, when you look at it, and it's showing the same thing over and over, yeah, see, look, and then you look at an article, right, published relatively recently. What year was this? But it says here the dark side of the moon is a myth, right? So it says, on reality, both sides of the moon see the same amount of sunlight. However, only one face of the moon is ever seen from Earth. Okay, so what you're telling me is, you're telling me the whole moon is lit up. It's absolutely insane. It just doesn't make any sense. This is because the moon rotates on its own axis in exactly the same time it takes to orbit the Earth. On its own axis. Like, do we know what the X and Y axis is? If something is rotating, we wouldn't see it. We wouldn't see it. It just doesn't make any sense. It literally, look at me. I'm looking for words because of the stupidity that is spewed. And it's like, I didn't always know this. It's like, I read this shit for years as a kid, and I was just like, huh? What? You know? No, that doesn't make any sense. And then you look up, and you see something completely different. Right? That's my beef, is like when there are people defending these words, who the fuck knows where they're coming from, when you see something completely different right in front of our face. Including the being able to see the moon and the sun. That's, you know, and that's, again, it's like you have to see the Earth not as it's drawn as a globe, not even as that, you know, the closest you're going to get is that flat Earth map. If you look at the flat Earth map, it might even be a little bit tweaked. It might even be a little bit more different. But the fact of the matter is there's a true north, which is in the center. The true north is in the center. So south, like, if you go north and past that true north, you're gonna start going south. You see? So technically, even though you're traveling north, you're always traveling south. Always. You will always travel north as long as you will always travel south as long as you're traveling north. I know, it doesn't make any fucking sense, but when you think of it as there being a north center, not a top, not a bottom, a center. And then you're like, well, what's at the edges? Those ice walls? Well, it's more probable than holding water on a sphere. Water doesn't stay on a sphere. if it was spinning, it would spin off. That's just, you could just see that. Put water on a ball and spin it. The water projects outwards. Why? Because water is electrically charged, which we have science to prove. The gravity thing, that's not proving any. That's not you saying something. That's not proving is two hydrogens and an and an oxygen. The molecules, man, like the density, right? Atomic weight. That's science to me. Theories and such, that's not science to me. It's part of science. Because without theories, you wouldn't get actual evidence. Evidence wouldn't. Evidence shows itself. It doesn't get created. It doesn't get written down. A theory isn't evidence, right? Gravity is a theory. Even the ones who made theory, that theory don't believe it. You can just look that up. I posted that for fun. Because I ceased to talk about this type of stuff because it goes so far and you don't have to completely dispel a heliocentric idea of things going around in a circle or something, right? Because everything moves, right? Everything has vibration. Everything has a beautiful song and a symbol. That's how it's alive, right? This sculpture is alive because the molecules were shaped in the shape that they were put in. So the vision came from a person or however it came up. Same thing with the glass jar, right? And then when we think about it, they even break down to further this literally simple structures. I'm made up of a different structure than the computer. That's why this whole idea of like merging them two, there's going to be that. Regardless, people are going to attempt and they're going to do that. And we'll probably get positives from it, amputees, things like that. But I think the key is to not forget the idea that we're human. Or if you are human, if you're not human, you're on your own. I'm talking about the human species. If you're human, you have senses. You have sight, smell, taste, a big brain, lots of other humans to talk to. When things are going wrong, we have to begin to ask ourselves why things are going wrong, right? An atheist and such will sit there and say, oh, God lets this happen. And I'm not going to lie, I will tell you, I was one of them for a brief period. Because when things don't make any sense and you don't see the signs, this world just it already doesn't make any sense, but it really makes no sense, right? But then when you feel the purpose in your spirit, or I guess you connect to your spirit, or I guess you awaken to your spirit, you start to see the signs. When you start to see the signs, you start to see the divine paths upon which you have the ability to stomp through. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Hold on. No, wait. I'm trying to make the water move like Jurassic Park. It's like my favorite movie, guys. Apparently, humans and dinosaurs roamed the earth long, long ago. We were like riding them and stuff. Ah, man. And then they say that gravity affects mass. And then you're like, well, what is it? what affects mass is electromagnetism. It's vibration. Because that's what scientists who show you the periodic will tell you. Because what's the difference between, one molecule to the next? I won't claim to know what it is. But there's a lot of money getting funneled out, and there's not a lot of proof coming in. Know what I mean? And then what is it benefiting us? Right? You ask ourselves, what is all this money being funneled out doing for us? We don't even get real... We haven't even gotten a full picture from quote-unquote space of the Earth. There's not one. They're all photoshopped. I know some of y'all out there are saying, no. The truth is yes. Even the ones that they won't tell you are photoshopped are photoshopped. The only real photos is the stuff coming from low Earth orbit, which shows pretty large land masses. I'm probably so adamant about this because it's like I'm the one who is ready to sign up for, space camp. Like, I'm the one that they broke, that's the fucked up part. That's why I feel like such a warrior in this. A spiritual warrior, a fucking light warrior. I just feel like when you get let down, and I mean, I never really put my faith much in it. I always kind of questioned what the fuck was going on, especially when you start seeing the real money, and then you're like, wait, what? Even now, I'm like, wait, what? This much money? How much money does that look like? Oh, man. You start to realize the magnitude of this shit. But then you start to realize it's all inside. And then you start to realize the power upon which you have. And then you start to realize what's real and what's fake. Oh. So the reality is they're just trying to siphon and steal our energy. Which again comes back to this idea. What is the moon? If it's all inside and nothing is out there, maybe it is a spirit siphoning machine. I'm not going towards the light. You know why? Because I got the light right here. I'm looking at it. I'm literally looking at it. I'm looking at the sun. It's beaming down on me. That's the light. Son of God is there. God is there. It's all around me. It's all within me. I can't reach outside these arms. Put your arms out. Don't hit anything. I mean, or hit something, but don't, take it out on that thing. Wiggle your fingers. I'm wiggling my fingers. It's fucking weird, right? It's not weird. It's not weird because we know this. So then you get up and you start moving, and you start using energy, start using your mind, start using your hands and your feet. You start bumping into things. Right? That's what it is. We're bumping into reality. We're hitting physical objects, glass, wood. We're getting better things. We're doing things for theoretically paper. and then we're trading it for other actual things. I have this really, really great idea. If anyone has a friend, or if any of you are web developers, or if any of you are coding and you're like, I'm ready to make the next world-changing app, reach out to me. I've got just a killer idea. One specifically that I think would be fun. It'd be an easy code. It'd be fun. Reach out. Let's do this. My app developer homies, my techie homies. If y'all didn't know yet, you should have caught on early on, but I'm big like techie. I'm into all like that stuff. I don't know, man. Can't help myself. But recently, I just got a Huawei P30. It's called a Huawei P30. So I'm going to take a hit to that. I'm going to shout out to that company. They are not paying me. I tell you right now. No. I just, I've been watching them for a while, and I'm impressed. All right? I'm impressed at literally everything because they offer you the best memory, RAM, GPU, processor. It's crazy, man. You get a trifecta of a camera, and they're all straight, which makes sense to me. If you, man, I'm telling you, ooh, look at those circles. Did you guys know? Yeah, if you've listened to this podcast before, smoke is the only thing other than water, I guess, steam, that like resides within all dimensions. That's why you can see it. That's why it shows air. It's fucking crazy, huh? But, yeah, man, this phone is insane. It's beautifully built. It's light. Definitely the best purchase I've made as far as tech is concerned in a long time. Now, I want to let you know I did do my research for a while. Okay? All right. So if you're not into tech stuff, I guess you could just skip or end. I think I'm just going to end after this. Yeah, we don't have much to talk about. Honestly, I'm so done with the moon right now. So done. It's just the rotational thing is bullshit. All of it's bullshit. Something's going on. Yeah. Shout out to that homie on YouTube. Go on YouTube, search up Gut Instincts Podcast, subscribe. That's what if you just do that, and then that way you're linked up on the YouTube, that's usually where I'll funnel the first podcast through is the YouTube, and the website will kind of be connected. But if you go to the YouTube, then it'll say related videos. D Marble is like a flat Earth. I'm not saying flat Earth. I'm not really part of that. Earth is a realm, right? Earth is a realm. If you checked out my last post, which is the second of the 3 moon phase posts for the harvest moon, taken with the P30, that's why I'm doing it, you guys. Like, I'm taking these photos with this phone. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was just sitting there messing around. I'm like, all right, let's see what this bad boy has. Like nighttime, ambient light from the city, all the shitty aspects that a photographer loves to fucking deal with, right? So I'm out there and I'm like, zoom, 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 make my heart go boom, boom. Not many of you got that. It went from like super light, right, to then like focused moon style, and I was like, oh shit, and it was virtually impossible to get a clear photo, and I take about like 20 or 30, and I have to pick like one out of them, yeah, because that's easy. I just got to go and delete most of them, but most of them are just, they're not clear. Trippy. Yeah, it's trippy. And I posted the video as well. That only goes to 10 zoom. That's obviously the different optics. That's a different camera, right? So, but yeah, man, I highly recommend Huawei for sure. If you're looking for a new phone, I was done with my iPhone. I was sick of being trapped in that little closed operating system that lies. And then, of course, they were caught literally they were caught guilty, right, in federal law for slowing down your like putting in a code and slowing down and making your battery worse. Your phone after a few years. You guys, come on. Like, if that doesn't make you want to throw every single Apple product out of your window, because it makes me want to. I don't know what does, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm just, I got one, and if you listen to the last week's episode, you'll know. It's like I was gifted one of these. It's almost like tempting, huh? It's like, it's interesting that came about. But yeah, it's like, but I'm not even looking. I'm moving to Android. I'm moving to Linux, Linux OS. If you don't know what that is, check it out. It's just another operating system. Instead of having Windows or Mac, you can have Linux. I mean, there's just so much. What's given, I think that's what it is the dual party, the dual, everything is dual, right? The two biggest taco brands, the two biggest, baddest burger joints, right? The two biggest and then if it's not two, it's like four, right? But it's always the play on this, like, such a singular idea, when in reality, and you see it now, local donut shops will kick any like, at this point, any corporate donut shop off their ass. And if you think no, it's only because most of the stuff that's in it's scientifically going to get you to eat there. Whether, like, all of it. It's not just the food and what's in it. It's like the toxins that show up. It's the smell. It's the colors. It's the design of the logo. It's the subliminal messages. There's like so much rooted into this. It's trippy. You don't want to go too far, because then you can get weird and paranoid on me. Guys, don't get paranoid on me. I get paranoid enough. I'm just kidding. Well, kind of, sort of. Don't we all get a little paranoid sometimes? It's like it happens, I feel, sometimes. But I think that's why we have to, like, breathe. We have to meditate. Do some yoga, or stretching, or running. Just getting the molecules going. That's my, I have to try to do that. So, I guess that's it, man. That's all for today. I just wanted to leave you with how excited I am about my new phone. And I'll be posting some dope photos for you. So if you're into that type of shit, definitely follow my Instagram. For sure. And go subscribe to my YouTube, yo. Let's grow that, man. I gotta grow that channel. Grow the Gut Instincts podcast family. And then buy a book. Support it. Buy a book. You could donate to Bella's Food Fund. The PayPal link is on the website. Lots of goodies in store. Coming soon. In the store. Lots in store. Yeah, words. I guess that's it, really. We just kind of been fucking around this last, 5 minutes, not really talking about anything. Because, we can't always use our brains. I mean, we can always use our brains, but we can't always critically think to the point where, we're thinking a lot. I don't know. Okay, that didn't make any sense. I just meant relax and quiet your mind. Or at least let me quiet my mind for a second. Okay, I'm here. All right. Yeah, flowers are blooming. 2 more weeks till the book release, harvest party. Come by, say what up. It'll be all afternoon. Starts at 3. Ends when the sun goes down. No pressure. What else? I think that's it, y'all. Thanks for listening to the show, guys. I love y'all. And gals, of course. Love y'all. Have a great week, man. Peace.